Heavy tension in Russia as the country private mercenary group Wagner, fighting Ukraine makes U-turn on Friday, and redirected his arms against the military generals in Russia. Videos recorded early Saturday morning and posted few minutes ago showed the Wagner Group soldiers have moved into Russia with tanks and other heavy military equipment in the streets of Rostov-on-Don, which is home to Russia military headquarters overseeing the fighting in Ukraine. Kremlin on Friday responded to the security threat and heightened security arrangements in Moscow and in Rostov-on-Don, which is home to the Russian military headquarters for the Russia southern region that also oversees the fighting in Ukraine. Governor of southern Russia's Rostov region had told residents to remain calm and stay indoors. All enforcement agencies are doing everything necessary to ensure the safety of residents of the area. I asked everyone to stay calm and not to leave home unless necessary, Vasily Golubev said in a message on his Telegram channel just before 4 a.m. Earlier, Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin had said his forces had crossed from Ukraine into the Rostov region. Kremlin had accused the leader of the Wagner mercenary group of attempting an armed coup against Russia. Prigozhin said that his forces had crossed into Russia from Ukraine and had reached Rostov, saying they faced no resistance from young conscripts at checkpoints and that his forces aren't fighting against children. But we will destroy anyone who stands in our way, he said in one of a series of angry video and audio recordings posted on social media beginning late Friday. We are moving forward and will go until the end. On Friday night, Yevgeny Prigozhin called for an uprising against Russia's military leaders.
The head of Russia's Wagner Group mercenary organization is, for the first time, publicly rejecting Moscow's official justification for the war in Ukraine, saying the reason for the invasion was based on lies, running directly counter to President Putin's own statements, and marking a new milestone in the months-long feud between the Wagner founder, Yevgeny Prigozhin, and Russia's top military brass. This is part of Prigozhin's video, which was posted on Telegram.
Why was the war needed? The war was needed so that a handful of scumbags could have a blast and get PR attention showing how strong the army is. The war was needed not in order to return Russian citizens to our bosom, and not in order to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine. It was needed for one star with additional embroidery, so that one mentally sick man could look good on a coffin pillow. Shoigu lives by the principle that a lie must be horrific for people to believe it. That's when the lies come.
Prigozhin's referring to Russia's defense minister, Sergei Shoigu, a constant target of his criticism. He's often accused Shoigu and other military leaders of incompetence, but rejecting the core reasons for the war is new for Prigozhin. He says Shoigu's deceiving President Putin, and that the war was also used to enrich the ruling elite. Prigozhin also specifically uses the word war in the video, not the phrase special military operation used by the Kremlin. Prigozhin's enjoyed unusual freedom in publicly criticizing Moscow, although not Putin himself, whom he relies on for support.
But we will destroy anyone who stands in our way, he said in one of a series of angry video and audio recordings posted on social media beginning late Friday. We are moving forward and will go until the end. On Friday night, Yevgeny Prigozhin called for an uprising against Russia's military leaders. Meanwhile, government of Russia's Voronezh region has urged residents to avoid the M4 north-south motorway that connects Moscow to southern regions because a military convoy was on the move there, Reuters reported. Officials said the situation was under control and measures were being taken to keep the public safe. Wagner mercenary group boss had said his forces shot down a Russian military helicopter after it fired on civilians. Yevgeny Prigozhin on Friday accused the Russian military of shelling his fighters and launched a coup against the Kremlin. A helicopter has just now opened fire at a civilian column, the Wagner chief said in an audio message. It has been shot down by units of PMC Wagner. Prigozhin accused Valery Gerasimov, Russia's chief of the general staff, of ordering strikes against his units even though they were moving among civilian vehicles. The Russian military has ordered Wagner troops to return to their bases and put troops on high alert across the country. Prigozhin said he has 25,000 fighters ready to battle the Russian army and has called on regular Russian soldiers to join his coup attempt. That aside, it was gathered that Ukrainian forces are stepping up their attacks on the front line to take advantage of Wagner's attempted coup, according to Russia's Ministry of Defense. United States of America President Joe Biden has been briefed on the chaotic situation in Russia, with U.S. officials describing it as serious, according to Telegraph News reports. Telegraph quotes a White House National Security Council spokesman, saying, "We are monitoring the situation and will be consulting with allies and partners on these developments."